I don't know if you've been, keeping in touch with what's been happening. The big one that jumped out at me was the aero, the active aero on the Bimota bike in World.
Oh no, I'm behind. I haven't looked at Bimota. You're talking about World Superbike, obviously, and the Kawasaki driven Bimoto.
Yeah. Well, all right, it is Kawasaki too, because I remember when we were in Thailand, they released the that supercharged thing, which is based on the
Hmm.
H2R or something. Oh my God, what a monster!
Yep.
And yeah, a few people had a ride of it. But this new one they released last year, the Bimota KB998 Rimini. What a cool name!
Hmm.
And it's got active aero, and I think they're according to the website. I went through the website and had a look. They're going to release 125 of them or something before a certain date in January. So they should be already released, and then they're going to
Right.
assemble another 125 by the end of the year. So there's
Okay.
only going to be, by the looks of it, something like, I don't know,
50.
250 or 500 or something of these bikes, but they're 70 grand Australian, eh? But they've got this active aero, and basically, according to the info, I'm just reading it now. It can the movable front winglets can either maximize downforce or minimize drag, depending on conditions. So, Bermuda's chief operating officer, what's his Pier Luigi Marconi, nice Italian name.
Indeed.
The adjustable angle of the outer part of the winglets is electronically controlled and operates without any rider intervention. It's an entirely automatic process. Few, they're not talking a lot about much more about that, but basically they were saying, they weren't sure if it could be utilised in World Superbike Championship. Anyway, Promoter go out and on the day I looked at the testing, they were P1. They were right up.
Really
Yeah, it's a rocket ship but
interesting.
as it turns out, because it's homologated on the road bike, totally legal.
Jobs on.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm googling and brought a little snippet of it up, and wow, yeah, looks
Yeah,
pretty amazing.
we know it'll happen, eh? Everyone's going to do that.
Yeah.
They'll have
Yeah.
to. I mean, if it's if it's making that much difference, I mean, everybody will follow the pathway with that. But man, the Italians aren't they just leading the way these days?
And it is in it, and particularly in this aerospace, right? I find it ironic that MotoGP, which is essentially the experimental testing ground of motorcycles, is backing off aerodynamics, and World Superbikes are now adding
Hmm.
game-changing aerodynamics.
Well,
uh,
they're kind of worlds apart. They got a lot of that stuff on MotoGP is just really next level and the huge wings, but they're experiencing different problems now. Like I talked to Joe Salter from Ride Dynamics down on the Gold Coast about it, and he was explaining that you get downforce down a straight line. Great, we all understand that. Go into a corner, well, that downforce is applied on an angle.
yeah.
So it actually is now the opposite of what you want. It's almost pushing the bike out, on the angle of the corner or the arc of the corner or something. I go, holy shit! I never even thought about that.
Yeah. There's not many. Well, there wouldn't be. It's literally fixed wing, um, aerobatics, aeroplane technology going into something that then applies a hard surface through suspension. So yeah, there's been nothing really in that space, I suppose. Um, yeah, it'd be really interesting to see how inside and versus outside edges work, and yeah, my aeronautical understandings a little bit, but I'm definitely rusty.
Closest I
So
get to
yeah,
it, closest I get, if you stick your hand out of the car window and go like that, it goes up and down. That's
absolutely, yeah. So now we're talking about what does the elbow do that's stuck inside.